touch me, touch me, touch me. I like the way she fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. Hit it, hit it, hit it, drop. Hit it, hit it, hit it, drop. What's good with the YouTube? This your boy CJ.
And this your girl RINA.
Make sure y'all subscribe to CJ and RINA. Alright, today reaction video on George Carlin.
You have no rights.
Y'all ready? I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Rights. Boy, everyone in this country's always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right, you have no right, we have a right, they don't have a right. Folks, I hate to spoil your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman. The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio, Mother Goose, shit like that. Rights are an idea. They're just imaginary. They're a cute idea. Cute. But that's all. Cute and fictional. But if you think you do have rights, let me ask you this. Where do they come from? People say, well, they come from God. They're God-given rights. Oh, fuck, here we go again. Here we go again. The God excuse. The last refuge of a man with no answers and no argument. It came from God. Anything we can't describe must have come from God. Personally, folks, I believe that if your rights came from God, He would have given you the right to some food every day, and He would have given you the right to a roof over your head. God would have been looking out for you. God would have been looking out for you. You know that? He wouldn't have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you can get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents. But let's say it's true. Let's say God gave us these rights. Why would He give us a certain number of rights? The Bill of Rights in this country has 10 stipulations, okay? 10 rights. And apparently God was doing sloppy work that week because we've had to amend the Bill of Rights an additional 17 times. So God forgot a couple of things like slavery. Just fucking slipped His mind. But let's say God gave us the original 10. He gave the British 13. The British Bill of Rights has 13 stipulations. The Germans have 29. The Belgians have 25. The Swedish have only 6. And some people in the world have no rights at all. What kind of a fucking goddamn God-given deal is that? No rights at all? Why would God give different people in different countries different numbers of different rights? Boredom? Amusement? Bad arithmetic? Do we find out at long last after all this time that God is weak in math skills? Doesn't sound like divine planning to me. Sounds more like human planning. Sounds more like one group trying to control another group. In other words, business as usual in America. Now, if you think you do have rights, one last assignment for you. Next time you're at the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out all about your precious fucking rights, okay? All right. You know about it. You know about it. In 1942, there were 110,000 Japanese American citizens and good-standing, law-abiding people who were thrown into internment camps simply because their parents were born in the wrong country. That's all they did wrong. They had no right to a lawyer, no right to a fair trial, no right to a jury of their peers, no right to due process of any kind. The only right they had, right this way, into the internment camps. Just when these American citizens needed their rights the most, their government took them away. And rights aren't rights if someone can take them away. They're privileges. That's all we've ever had in this country is a bill of temporary privileges. And if you read the news even badly, you know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see how it's doing? Yeah. Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing, keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. Personally, when it comes to rights, I think one of two things is true. I think either we have unlimited rights or we have no rights at all. Personally, I lean toward unlimited rights. I feel, for instance, I have the right to do anything I please. But if I do something you don't like, I think you have the right to kill me. So where you gonna find a fairer fucking deal than that? So the next time some asshole says to you, I have a right to my opinion, you say, oh yeah, well I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is you have no right to your opinion. Then shoot the fuck and walk away.
Oh, my boy is cold.
Okay, so
My boy cold. Man, y'all know George Carlin. Make sure y'all, love George Carlin. I love him. George Carlin, you always speaking some good words. But go ahead. She got something to say, guys.
okay, because I thought you wasn't on.
No, go ahead.
My thing is, God didn't make any rights. The only thing God ever made was the 10 Commandments. You can't blame God for what man made. Man made the Bill of Rights. Man made all these rights in these other countries. So the only thing that God ever made was the 10 Commandments. And he gave that to Moses to speak his word. So if anybody else agrees with this, I feel like morally, y'all are wrong. Because you can't blame God for something that man did. God did not tell man, hey, I want you to go whip those slaves. No, God did not do that. God tried to prevent that. If you think about it, the Prince of Egypt, why do you think he told Moses to let my people go? God didn't want slavery. He didn't want anybody to be in slavery. That's why Ramsey, the brother of Moses wasn't even his real brother.
Wow.
Moses was sent to him, to the family, because God sent him there to set the people free. So you can't blame God for something that man created.
Wow. I'm going to give you some damn claps because you seem like you just taking George Carlin and just, bam, putting him in your head. And
because I'm not going to disagree with God creating me.
I mean, all right, I get it. I get what you're saying. But I mean, it was good. That was good. I'll give you that. It's just, you can't always, it sounds so believable. It just, sometimes you can't even glorify it to actually, make people have their own opinion. Because right now, people are going to have their own opinion.
I know that.
They will say, you can be wrong or you can be right.
But I'm giving them something to think about.
Yes.
Think about.
This is God. This is not God. Okay? So, I mean, the only thing you can do is actually speak, and you have did a good job about it. And I really like that you really spoke your mind, and it actually was nice to actually hear that. And you actually knew a lot of stuff about what was going on in actually the Bible of history of with the past, So that was really nice. So, yeah. Y'all give y'all comments below. Don't forget to subscribe below. Don't forget to also
subscribe to CJ and RINA.
Yes. Like always, guys. Peace.
Bye.
I like the way she touch me. I like the way she fuck me. Hit it.